JD Vance is going to Greenland, everybody. He's off the chat and he's going to Greenland. He's accompanying his wife, Usha, or at least we think that's her name. We're not really sure if that's her name. I think it is, but I don't know. The president couldn't really recall.
Were invited over there, and I thought it would be I have great respect for the wife of our of our great vice president. I think she's she's a brilliant woman. She's a very nice woman, and she loves the concept of Greenland. And so were invited over there, and I thought it would be I have great respect for the wife of our great vice president.
What's her name? I have great respect for not memorable enough for you, is she? Yeah, no, it's fine. She's only the second lady. She's only the wife of your right-hand man, allegedly. I guess that's Stephen Miller. But second in command. Is he still second? I guess. I mean, maybe he's not. Who knows? So there's Donald Trump saying, oh yeah, they were invited. Maybe they were. Let's find out more. This is from the Financial Times. JD Vance is going to visit Greenland with Usha. People are pissed, however. Vance said in a video on X that he would visit the Pitufik space base to, quote, check out the security of Greenland. Why? This is JD Vance casing the joint. He's literally going on recon to case the joint. We're going to check out the security. See what you got working. What you got working. Send it back to my Signal chat. Greenland small group PC, and we'll go from there. It's really important. A lot of countries have threatened Greenland. Oh, this is so, I'm sorry. It is really, I hate using the same, I mean, even as a stand-up, I don't love using the same metaphor or joke all the time, but the mafia moniker is so fitting when it comes to this administration, this regime. A lot of countries have threatened it. A lot of countries are out here. Your country is threatening it. What are you doing? You're the country. There's nobody else. Nobody's threatening Greenland except for you. Oh, we're just going to check out the security because, there's been a lot of threats lately from us. It's important. A lot of other countries have threatened Greenland. They've threatened to use its territories and waterways to threaten the United States, threaten Canada, and of course, threaten the people of Greenland. There have been no public threats to Greenland, the Financial Times, notable left-wing rag, except from U.S. President Donald Trump, who has refused to rule out military force in his desire to take the island from Denmark. Vance added, speaking for President Trump, we want to reinvigorate the security of the people of Greenland because we think it's important, protecting the security of the entire world. Unfortunately, leaders in both America and Denmark, I think, ignored Greenland for far too long. That's been bad for Greenland, and it's been bad for the security of the entire world. Oh, God.
I'm going to visit some of our guardians in the Space Force on the northwest coast of Greenland and also just check out what's going on with the security there of Greenland. As you know, it's really important. A lot of other countries have threatened Greenland, have threatened to use its territories and its waterways to threaten the United States, to threaten Canada, and of course, to threaten the people of Greenland. So we're going to check out how things are going there. And I say that speaking for President Trump, we want to reinvigorate the security of the people of Greenland because we think it's important to protecting the security of the entire world. Unfortunately, leaders in both America and in Denmark, I think, ignored Greenland for far too long. That's been bad for Greenland. It's also been bad for the security of the entire world. We think we can take things in a different direction.
Yee. We're going to take things in it. Guys, we're going to invade Greenland. This is going to happen. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm so excited for a botched invasion of Greenland. I'm not excited for the soldiers and troops who have to do it. But I don't think they will come into harm's way. I'm just excited for an Iraq war without all the civilian casualties? What if there are casualties? What if we start killing people? What the fuck? What is happening? But like, I hope, okay, here's my hope. I hope it goes down like Bay of Pigs style, where there's an attempted coup against, in that case, Castro. The soldiers get taken hostage. In this case, yes, I am on Castro's side because the Bay of Pigs was BS and it was a coup and it was orchestrated by the CIA and should never have happened. And the people who were sent in there, the operatives, were not well informed. It was a horribly botched raid. They like landed on the beach and like Cuban troops were there. Like, what are you doing? They were already there. It's gonna be like that, or it's gonna be like, remember the failed coup on Venezuela conducted by a bunch of like former special ops, but like who were privately contracted? This is a whole story. I pitched this story to Vice, when Vice existed like a while ago, of like, who the F was behind that whole thing? It was, again, like some privately contracted American force. It's going to be so bizarre the way they try to invade Greenland. Okay. His comments came just hours after the Danish prime minister complained that Washington was, quote, putting unacceptable pressure on Greenland and Denmark over its desire to take over the Arctic island from Copenhagen. Mette Frederiksen told Danish TV on Tuesday, that a planned trip to the island by the U.S. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, the secretaries for Energy and Army, and the vice president's wife, to go dog sledding was, quote, not respectful and could not be regarded as a private visit, as Washington has claimed. Wait, so their initial plan was to just like strap Usha with a bunch of like, like an empty suitcase and lots of, cameras, and just be like, just plant this, put that there, say you're going dog sledding. They're like sending Usha to do the dirty work. It's clearly not a visit that Greenland needs or wants. Therefore, I have to say that this is unacceptable pressure being put on Denmark and Greenland in the situation, and it is a pressure we will stand up to, she added. Vance said that his trip with his wife would be to the U.S. base instead of dog sledding. Okay, so now they're being at least more honest. Frederiksen's comments mark a new, more assertive tone from the Danish leader, who had been seeking to mollify Trump after infuriating him during his previous term in office, when she called similar remarks on Greenland in 2019 absurd. The remarks also came after Greenland's government publicly dressed down Trump, saying it had not invited any American official to the Arctic island, while talks of forming a new coalition take place. The U.S. president said on Monday his administration was working with people in Greenland who wanted something to happen. They're calling us, we're not calling them. And on last week, I believe, our bonus episode, we listened to Greenlanders, one of whom was like, they found, who wanted to be taken over by the United States. He was also paid by Trump. He was admittedly paid by Trump. He is like one supporter of Donald Trump who admits to being paid by the government or paid by MAGA or some sort of Republican operative. We don't know. All the leaders of all 5 parties in Greenland's parliament have condemned his comments, while 85% of the population said in a recent opinion poll they did not want to become part of the U.S. Jens Frederick Nielsen, head of the Democratic Party and the likely next prime minister, told Greenlanders on Monday they needed to, quote, stand together, but there was no reason for panic. He added, we must not be forced into a power game that we ourselves have not chosen to be part of. Yo. I don't know, man. Booby trap the shit out of that. Just I think it's about, you got to go underground. It's going to be cold. We're talking booby traps. You can do it. You got to brace yourself. I mean, this is the real thing. Like who among us, let's be honest, like, if just right now, push comes to shove, the United States invades Greenland, the United States invades Canada, which side are you fighting on? Easy. I'm fighting for Canada. You kidding me? I'm fighting for Greenland. I'm fighting for any country trying to defend its territorial sovereignty, right? That's the side that I'm going to be on. Like, it's very funny to like sort of think about that. Like, man, what if our country is like, hey, you got to enlist to go fight Canada? It's like, nah, man. Is Canada enlisting us? Because I'm with that. What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/bitchuationroom. Do it.